Happy New Year. Welcome back to yet another new launch review. I hope you guys had a great few days visiting and catching up with your family and friends. All right, so now let's dive into this Heart of River Valley project called River Modern. Okay, so River Modern is located at River Valley Green. If you guys know, it is actually opposite River Green itself, all right, which obviously did fantastically during its launch late last year. Okay, it is sitting on a very huge plot of land, 126,000 square foot. Total number of units we are looking at is 455 units, which is a very, very decent sized development. As I always mention on the channel, anything above 250 units, basically, it is something that it is a very good sized development. And of course, it's a District 9 development, 99 years, all right, with effect from 13 May 2025. Now, estimated TOP we are looking at will be second half of 2030, okay? Basically, usually will be 1 year in advance, so you can expect it to be second half 2029. Okay. Now estimated date of the vacant possession, which is your CSC date, will be the 31st of December 2032. Okay. Now, in terms of car park lots itself, you can see it's super fantastic. Although this development later on, you will notice that it is integrated with the Great Wall MRT. They give you 373 car park lots, including 12 EV, one motorcycle, and 5 accessible lots. So it's like 80 over percent, in terms of the car park provision, despite it being integrated with the Great Wall MRT itself. Now, of course, this is a PPVC development. PPVC stands for prefabricated volumetric construction, means that the walls are unhackable. Okay, so let's move on. All right. So, who is our architects? None other than P&T Consultants. Design architects will be IPLI Architects. Landscape-wise will be Tinderbox Landscape Studio. Interior and public amenities designer will be our IPLI Architects and Nathan Yong Design. Main con is China Construction Development. Green Mark will be DP Sustainable Design. And of course, these are our few show unit IDs which have actually designed the show flat mock-up units itself. All right. Okay, so now we come to the unit mix. So you're able to see that there are a very good range of units all the way from the 2 bedrooms to the 4 bedrooms. Okay, so the 2 bedroom at 538 square feet, of course, this will be our 2 bed, 1 bath, 70 units. Okay, so as you notice nowadays, the emphasis in terms of the 1 bedder is no longer there. That is why the development totally does not have any 1 bedroom units. Okay, this is because many people are no longer going for the 1 bedroom. You guys will notice that if you were to go for the 1 bedroom itself, the quantum capital appreciation, it is rather limited. Let's say we're looking at around 100 over 1,000, which means that at the end of the day, when you were to minus out other costs like your property tax, your agent commission, you realize that you really have nothing much left. So this is why with a significantly drop in the demand of 1 bedder in terms of consumers looking, developers nowadays don't build the 1 bedder itself. Okay, now of course we move on to the 2 bedroom plus. There are 3 configurations. This is your 2 bed 2 bath unit. We have our 646, 678, and 689 square feet, each having 35 units. So you're able to see that the 2 bedroom itself, they comprise of 39% of the entire development. Okay, so now, moving on to the 3 bedroom. 3 bedroom, again, we start with a very compact 1797 square feet, also 35 units, 829 square feet, 35 units, 904 square feet, 35 units. Total number of units in terms of the compact 3 bedroom will be 105 plus 35, of course, with our flexi 893 square feet. Okay, so that will be 140 units in terms of 3 bedroom compact. Now, the more family-friendly one will be the 3 bedroom plus, which is at 1098 square feet and 1109 square feet respectively. Of course, these we also have 35 units each, okay, comprising of total 70 units of 3 bedroom plus. Now, of course, do take note that all these sizes, once again, they are all GFA harmonized, which means you're no longer paying for your aircon ledgers like in the past. All right. So probably you are able to add a good 6 to 7% to the listed size for a good comparison, with your current place, which might not be harmonized, all right, or the older developments itself, which are not harmonized. Now, of course, 4 bedrooms, we have the 1464 square feet and 1830 square feet. Okay, so each having 35 units. Okay, so of course, the 1830 square feet is super duper luxurious. All right, and yeah, this is something that you guys are able to see in the floor plans later on. And what's very interesting is that even for the 4 bedroom at 1464 square feet, it comes with a private lift, which usually doesn't happen for the smaller 4 bedrooms. Private lift is a provision that is only placed in, for unit types which are really the most premium in the entire development. Okay, so let's move on. So now we have the site plan. All right. So what's very interesting about this development is that 70% of the entire development faces the Singapore River. So that is something that is very, very interesting. All right. So you guys will have a very, very good chance at having a very, very serene view. And if you guys are, nature lovers, you guys like your river, right? This is really super fantastic, okay, with 70% of the units being facing the Singapore River. Now, of course, we are located along River Valley Green, like I mentioned, okay? So you are able to see, first thing is that River Valley Primary School is just right opposite us, okay? So it's literally right across the road. And of course, this development, unlike River Green, we are directly integrated with Great World MRT station. So it's literally in your development itself. And one very other interesting point will be that you guys notice that there is a tennis court in the development. All right. So tennis court is something that, nowadays developers do not really put in as part of the facilities, because this space they can, better put out, they can build more units so that they are able to sell more units and stuff like that. Especially in the CCR, it is very rare, to find a tennis court in the development, because many people in the CCR, they have their own gym membership, any sort of membership basically, which basically their sports club will also have a tennis court already. So in this case, there is a tennis court in the development, which is really super rare. And of course, another thing for all of you guys who might have pets or pets lovers, right? You have a very, very nice dedicated pets lawn over here, which is something that is very thoughtful put in by the developer. All right. So yeah, that is a very good provision to have if you're a pets lover. Of course, typically your 50-meter slab pool as well. Okay. Right. So without further ado, I'm going to dive into the floor plans. Okay. So firstly, we start off with the 2 bedroom itself, which is the 538 square foot. All right. So you're able to see that it's a very typical layout of a 2 bed, 1 bath configuration. You enter the unit itself. Basically, you have an open concept kitchen that is parallel to your walkway, followed by your dining and then your living area, and of course, a balcony. So this is of course a dumbbell layout. All right, you have one common bedroom on the left, the other master bedroom on the right. All right, which is of course coming with its ensuite master bath. So like you can see, the AC ledgers are non-strata. Like I mentioned, nowadays all the developments are GFA harmonized, so you do not have to pay for your aircon ledgers. All right, now moving on to the 2 bedroom, 646 square feet. So I think it's very, very interesting. You might have noticed that, this 2 bed, 2 bath is quite a different sort of layout from the other 2 bed, 2 bath that you might have seen from other developments. Why so? Let's put our focus on the common bedroom. So if you were to take a look at the common bedroom itself, you notice that there is actually this long walkway, so to speak, before you enter the bed area in terms of the 2 bedroom. So this provides and offers privacy, for the whoever is staying in the second bedroom itself. And of course, other than that, it's a typical dumbbell layout whereby you have an ensuite master bedroom as well as an ensuite common bedroom. Okay, then likewise will be an open concept kitchen. Okay, and then you have your dining, living, as well as your balcony. Okay. All right, so now moving on to the two bedroom, 678 square feet, back to something more conventional that we often see. So the thing is that now it's of course a very regular dumbbell layout that we can see here with the master bedroom on the left and the common bedroom on the right, both of which are ensuite. And of course, then you have your balcony as well. So what's interesting about this two bed, two bath layout is that you notice it's an L-shaped kitchen, whereby usually for the two-bedder units or the smaller units, where in the past we had our one-bedder units, basically the kitchen itself will be parallel to the walkway. Means that it's definitely an open concept kitchen. There's no way that you are able to actually, conceal it or make it into a closed concept kitchen. But in the case of a L-shaped kitchen, definitely you are able to actually seal it up if you wish to. So this is something that is very thoughtful put in by the developer. Okay. Now moving on, two bedrooms, 689 square feet. Okay, so for the 689 square feet, once again, it's an enclosable kitchen. Okay, so you enter through here, basically you get an enclosable kitchen. Then you have your dining, followed by your living area and your balcony. Likewise, it's a dumbbell layout, all right, with a common bedroom that is ensuite on the left and a master bedroom, which is ensuite on the right. So of course, as you can see over here, right, for the common bedroom itself, it's actually a Jack and Jill configuration, which means that your visitors are able to use this bathroom as well. All right. Okay, now we move on to the uh Now we move on to the three-bedroom layout, 797 square feet. So this is a compact three-bedroom. All right. So basically, what you can see is the moment you enter, again, you have a kitchen whereby it is a L-shaped kitchen. Okay. So basically, after that, right beside the kitchen, you will have one of the common bedrooms itself. Then, of course, you have your dining and your living area, which is very, very spacious. I mean, your dining area, you're easily able to accommodate six-seater. And in terms of the living area as well, is easily, uh, 5 to 6 seater, you are able to accommodate as well. All right. So then, of course, you have your this common bedroom over here, followed by your master bedroom. Of course, master bedroom is ensuite. Common bedroom will be using the common bath. All right. Okay, now let's move on to the 829 square feet. So for the 829 square feet layout itself, once again, it is unique in a sense whereby usually you do not see a dumbbell layout other than for the two bedrooms or for the larger five bedrooms whereby they have the junior master, but it's a dumbbell layout in a sense whereby you're able to see there is one common bedroom on the left, and of course, we have the other common bedroom and the master on the right. Okay, so basically, you go in, you have a enclosable kitchen over here that you're able to see. Six-seater dining table is not an issue, and you have a rather spacious living area over here, followed by the balcony itself. Okay. All right, now three bedroom, 893 square feet. Once again, you notice it's a very, very similar layout. Only significant difference is that there is a flexi over here. So for those of you who are really a cooking enthusiast, you are a fan of cooking, right? You're able to actually convert this flexi as a part of your kitchen. Then you have a larger L-shaped kitchen. All right. So definitely this will be very, very helpful. All right. Other than that, the layout is quite similar to the previous three-bedroom layout that we have seen. Okay. Now, three bedroom, 904 square feet. Okay, so for the 904 square feet itself, basically you are entering through the main door here, and then after that you are able to accommodate a six-seater dining, able to have a quite spacious living area as well as a balcony. So usually what people do, if let's say they prefer to have a way larger living area, is they move their dining set basically out to the balcony, they zip track the balcony, and then this way you will be able to really maximize your space. Okay, and of course right behind the living area will be your enclosed kitchen. Then you will have a common bedroom. All right, and of course another common bedroom, and last but not least will be your ensuite master bedroom. So for the two common bedrooms itself, the bedroom 2 and bedroom 3, they will all be sharing the common bath over here, which you can see, which is of course what your visitors or guests will be using as well. All right. Now, three bedroom, 1098 square feet. Okay, so for the 1098 square feet layout itself, you are able to see that this is basically where you enter the unit. Okay, so as you enter the unit, there is some privacy here so that people do not directly look into your living and dining area. So for a three bedroom at 1098 square feet only, it is very, very impressive how the developers are able to create a very luxurious landscape living and dining area. All right. So basically, it will be a very, very luxurious setting. Now, of course, this then gives you the flexibility in a sense whereby if you would like really a full length living area, you're able to shift your six-seater dining set out to the balcony by zip tracking the balcony. All right. And now moving on to the kitchen itself, you can see, it's really a very, very spacious kitchen. Usually, again, this kind of kitchen, you only see it in the super large floor plate units, like the four-bedroom premium or five-bedroom units or your penthouses, of course. So this flexi layout, in a sense, is that basically you are able to have this whole space to yourself, right? So what does that mean? You are able to create an island top if you wish. All right, you can have an island top in the kitchen, all right, whereby it will serve as a very nice addition to your kitchen itself. Okay, and then of course now we move on to the bedrooms. We have a common bedroom which comes with a attached bath over here. So again, it's a Jack and Jill concept. This bath too will serve as your common bedroom, a common bathroom in terms of for your guests, as well as the ensuite for your common bedroom itself. And of course, bedroom 3 will also be sharing this common bathroom. Okay, then for the master bedroom itself, they of course have their own ensuite master bath. Okay. Now, moving on to the three bedroom, 1109 square feet. All right. So, as you can see here, you enter the unit itself, you are going to have a very, very good privacy as well because there is an L-shaped provision. And from there, basically, people do not look into your unit straight away. Okay. So, once again, will be a landscape layout in terms of the living and dining, which is always super fantastic. It's a very, very efficient use of space. All right, so you are able to see you're accommodating easily a six-seater dining as well as another 6 to 8 seater sort of living area. All right. So basically, what you can do once again will be to zip track your balcony, shift your dining set out. From there, you will actually have a very, very nice and enlarged living area. All right. So now, of course, moving on, I'm going to go into the bedrooms itself. So once again, you have a bedroom that is basically ensuite. And then, of course, you also have your master, which definitely is ensuite, and your other common bedroom which shares bathroom 2 as well. So bathroom 2 in this case will serve as the ensuite for common bedroom 2, the bathroom for common bedroom 3, as well as your common bathroom. All right. So of course you also have another bathroom which is over here in the before the living dining area, which can also serve as your guest bathroom. Okay, so it presents a lot of flexibility in terms of the how you guys want to actually use the unit itself. Now, four bedroom, 1464 square feet. We are starting to get into the luxurious part of River Modern. All right. So 1464 square feet, like I mentioned, is super rare that they actually included a private lift lobby. All right. Private lift provision, rather private lift inclusion for the 1464 square feet layout. All right. So definitely you will be coming out from the private lift area itself. Then right beside you will be your kitchen, okay, which comes with a yard. So why is there a door here? This is of course for your Shopee parcels, all right, or whatever sort of delivery. They are not able to use the private lift itself, so basically they will come in from this door. All right, then we have a very nice living and dining area, and then we have a balcony, which of course, once again, same thing. If you would like a bigger living area, you are able to zip track the balcony and then shift your eight-seater dining set basically out. Okay, then in terms of the bedrooms, we have typical two common bedrooms over here. Then we have a junior master, all right, which is actually ensuite, all right. And then we have an ensuite master bedroom, which comes with a walk-in wardrobe as well. Okay, now your richest neighbor in the development, 4 bedroom, 1830 square feet. All right, so this is really super luxurious. It's the epitome of luxury right in the heart of River Valley. All right, so you are able to see, wow, I mean, you are able to even have a round dining set. Okay, so this really shows that you have too much space, and until you're able to do something up like this. So this is like a 10-seater round dining table. All right, you're able to have your Lady Susan. Okay, and then of course you have a very, very luxurious 8 to 10 seater living area here as well. Okay, so now of course for the 4 bedroom itself, 1830 square feet, it then comes with a junior master over here, right? Which of course comes with its ensuite, and of course you have your private lift as well. You have a household shelter, okay, and then you have a very, very huge kitchen area which comes with a yard as well as a store, okay, and of course you have your powder room. Now we move on to the master bedroom, which is really, really very, very spacious and luxurious. Okay, you have your walk-in wardrobe, your master bath, and then of course the bedroom area itself, right, which is so spacious that you can see from the layouts they even included the to show you that you are able to have a very nice sitting area, sofa area over here. Okay, so now moving on to the two common bedrooms will basically be that over here, okay, whereby there is of course the attached bath for one of the common bedrooms. The other one, of course, will not be attached, right? So you can share bath tree over here, which also serve as your guest bathroom. Okay, so yep. Let's with that we have actually concluded in terms of the floor plans itself for the River Modern. All right, let's move on. So just to bring back some of the highlights again, in terms of the River Modern, of course, excellent connectivity. I think that's something that all of us we can agree being integrated to the Great Wall MRT. If you have been watching the channel for long enough, you will know that I always advocate got to be 500 meters to MRT. This is integrated. It might not even be 100 meters. All right. So now, of course, prime waterfront location, like I mentioned, 70% of the units in River Modern will have unblocked Singapore River views, which is super fantastic. Now, nearby school doorstep of River Valley Primary, definitely even less than 1 km radius to River Valley Primary. And of course, you have a very convenient lifestyle, right? Whereby you are sheltered to the Great Wall Mall itself. And of course, once again, it is in a very, very prime location of Singapore, District 9, heart of River Valley. All right. So now, River Modern definitely, is something that is very serene luxury and it's very sustainable living. Okay, so it spans across a very huge plot of land, like I mentioned, 11,800 square meters. Okay, so right next to the Singapore River. You're able to see this is where the Singapore River is. This is where River Modern is located. All right. So it is also facing the Kim Sing Park itself. All right, as well as the Kim Sing Linear Park. So it's really generous openness and greenery, in terms of the units. Right, so you are able to see, all right, these are all the lawns that I mentioned. If you guys have pets, it'll be a very, very good place. Of course, you have your 50-meter lap pool as well. Okay. So yeah, it has to be a A1 location. I mean, seriously, it's integrated with the Great Wall MRT. Mall is just at your doorstep. School is just across the road. So it cannot get any better than this. All right. Okay, so this is just the area view where you're able to see. So, like I mentioned, this plot here itself will be your River Modern, which is integrated with your Great Wall MRT. Okay, so you can see it's really facing the Singapore River, which 70% of the units, like I mentioned, will be having a Singapore River view. Okay, so yep, so yep, that is how it is. All right. Okay, so let's just look at some of the developments in the area. All right, so of course we have Promenade Peak, Zion Grand, and River Green, which all launched in 2025, and of course Robertson Opus, which is a 999 year development. It's a redevelopment itself. All right, so you can see that pretty much we are all the developments that are actually in this area more or less are already being launched, and their take-up rates are all fantastic. We are looking about 60% and above, to be very, very conservative even. Okay, so what's left now is just a 455 unit River Modern and a 470 unit River Valley Green Parcel C. After that, there will be no more upcoming developments in the plan for the near future in terms of the River Valley Prescene. So it's really something that seriously, if you did not manage to get a good queue number at all the other few previous developments, unfortunately, River Modern is something you seriously have to pay close attention to. All right. Okay, so yep, so this is basically telling you that this is really in terms of the first mover advantage before the next CCR wave. Why do we say that? Because you notice that you look at Bukit Timah Road, this is at Newton District 11. You can see that there were 8 bids by all the developers for this plot of land. All right, and the top bid was done at 1820 per square foot per plot ratio, and this is definitely a very clear signal to everyone. Developers remain very, very bullish on prime location. That's why they are willing to bid such high prices, right? Despite the prices being very high in terms of the land cost, right? So if we were to compare it to River Modern, we are only at 1420 per square foot per plot ratio. So in other words, I can say that people who are able to get a piece of a unit at River Modern itself, you guys already have a 400 per square foot head start before the next wave actually catch up, because the Newton GLS will be launching also like in the next 2-3 years sort of thing. So saving 400 per square foot just 4 years earlier is very fantastic. So you guys should really keep a lookout for this. All right. So of course, it's a one-stop lifestyle solution. Definitely, I mean, Great World is just at the doorstep, like I mentioned. These are just some of the amenities that you have in Great World, all the shops and that you have. All right. I'm sure you guys will be very familiar with these. Okay. Yep. So of course, now will be for River Modern itself. If you are someone who is very, very sporty, you do your morning jog or your morning cycle, of course, you are able to reach Gardens by the Bay, just 6 minute cycle, Raffles Place, 10 minutes. So you guys are able to really cycle to work even if you are working in the CBD area, right? East Coast Park will be, of course, 26 minutes. Now, this, of course, will be part of the Round Island route, all right, the phase one. So they are going to have a 150-kilometer park connector. It's going to be the longest park connector network that Singapore has to date. All right. So the first phase, as you can see, the Round Island route, it was actually launched on 22nd Jan 2022. So it stretched across 75 km, just covering the eastern part of Singapore. All right. So once the whole Round Island route is completed, basically you will have a seamless integration to your East Coast Park, Gardens by the Bay, Alexandra Canal Linear Park, and Blair Creek. Okay. So yep, of course, Great World, it is has the Thomson East Coast Line as well. So it is the best connected in terms of the MRT itself. Why do we say that? Because you are able to see, I mean, Great World, you are seriously just one stop away. You are going to be at Orchard. All right, so that is the heart of the shopping belt of Singapore. We are all aware. All right, and of course, you want to go further down, you're able to go to Marina Bay as well, where you have your MBS. All right, and even all the way far up, you have your Woodlands, whereby if let's say you guys enjoy your JB trip, you are able to also very conveniently get yourself to Woodlands, one straight line up. All right. Okay. So, yep, of course, Woco Land needs no further introduction. They are a very, very renowned developer. I'm sure that many of these development names that you see on the screen will ring a bell to you, like our very famous Woco Tower, our Woco Midtown, which is at the CBD area. All right. So, definitely in terms of their quality assurance, you guys have nothing to worry about. All right, so target preview will be on 20th February. all right, which is tomorrow itself. Okay, so guys, yeah, I really wish you guys all the best in terms of the balloting. It's not going to be an easy project to get your hands on. I expect it to be at least 2 times oversubscribed, if not more. All right. So yeah, really, guys, I wish you all the best. All right, in the year of the fire horse, that you are able to start the year right by getting a very good piece of unit, right here at River Modern. And with that, I will see you guys at the show flat these 2 weeks. See you.